Hi guys, welcome to my channel, and today we are here for a March reading wrap up. And I read 25 books this month. I don't know if that includes my DNF or not, but 26 if it doesn't. And let's get started because let's start with the DNF. The book that I DNF'd this month was Age of Assassins by RJ Barker, and I just wasn't into it. I told myself that I need to start DNFing quicker this year, and I got 60 something pages in, and I was just like, it's not for me. I really don't care at all. And then I read the synopsis for book two, and I was like, I don't care at all for that one either. But I own book two as well. So these will both be getting unhauled, and they will both be going to Pango. So yeah, let's do all the books that I don't physically own or have with me. And we're gonna start with Daybreak, Volume 1. This is by Mooshop, but this was an arc that I got, and I read it like the very beginning of March, and I really enjoyed it. I will give it like a 3.5. It was a great, diverse, queer graphic novel. The only problem I had with it mainly was that it was a little bit repetitive and it was stuck in one place, mainly the school. We were just stuck in the school because this takes place where these two young boys have crushes on each other, but they don't know how to express them. And they're schoolmates, but it mainly takes place at school, like alarmingly, like 90% of it. We just need some different settings, and then it would be a little bit better for me. Next, we have Taming Cain by Tessa Stone, and I loved this book. This book was so good, and it was top tier. So for that reason alone, I'm continuing with the series. There's 4 books in the series. I only read book 1. So in April, I'm reading the other 3 books. It was so good. It was a paranormal werewolf type thing, urban fantasy where everybody knows that werewolves are a thing. They're looking for their mates. There was a war that happened where they got separated from the rest of the world for a while, and now they're back, and so everybody's just like getting their mates. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And it's a little bit dark, so make sure you remember that's a little bit dark. But I really enjoyed it, so I will be reading books 2, 3, and 4. Next, I have Wrangling Her Cowboy, because I was like, this was on my like screenshots of like Kindle books that looked interesting, and I really enjoyed it. I think I give it like 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. And then I moved on to the next book, which was called Owned by the Rancher, thinking it was the same author. And I was like, this book is not that good. And it's because it's one of those series where a lot of indie authors do, where they have a whole series, but each book is a different author. And I don't read those on purpose because some authors are better than others. And this is one of those cases. I love the first one, Wrangling Her Cowboy. I would recommend. It was top tier, and they're all standalones, obviously, because they're all written by different authors. However, the other one, book 2 that I read, Owned by the Rancher, not for me, not for me. Next, I read from the library A Perilous Undertaking, which is book 2 in the Veronica Speedwell series. I'm going to continue to get this series from the library. I don't like it enough, I don't believe, to buy physical copies of it, but I do really enjoy it. It's a very easy read for me. I like the characters enough, and it fills that time, so I will continue to get them from the library. I also read The Walking Dead book 7 from the library. Each book has 2 volumes of the graphic novel in it, so I need to start with volume 13 now. So for anybody who's wondering, I am up to Alexandria and things going on there. And I'm very much enjoying the series. I do love the show more than I like the comics, which is a great thing. You did very well, but that's just how I feel. Next, I listened to on audio The Hookup Plan, which is book 3 in the Boyfriend Project. This is a series where in the first book, the 3 girls realized that they were all dating the same guy, and they just like break up with him publicly, and it goes viral, and then they stay friends, those 3 girls. Each woman gets a book, and they were great. I think my favorite is book 3. I think it goes 3, 1, 2. It's the same way I feel about the Brown Sisters trilogy. 3 is my favorite, 1 is second place, and then 2 is third place. And they're the same colors too. That purple and I think like greenish color are the main points of Eve Brown, and those are the main points in book 3. Yellow is the main one in Danny Brown, and so is it in book 2 of the Boyfriend Project. And book 1 has like her shirt is red, but the colors are white, so that one's a little bit different, but it was still like very similar. I was like, interesting. Next, I listened to Clean Sweep 1 and 2 by Ilona Andrews. I love Ilona Andrews. They're husband and wife partner duo, and I'm waiting for my Magic Bites and all that series to come off Hold on Libby. So I was like, let's read some more Ilona Andrews. Let's listen to some more. So I listened to the graphic audios of books 1 and 2 of the Innkeeper Chronicles, which were really good. I really enjoy them. I love how they do urban fantasy. It's so good. I really enjoy it. Basically, innkeepers are a thing that's in the magical world that are safe spaces for magical beings from all over to get to be in, where nothing is happening to them. You take care of their needs, and your rating goes up based on how much they liked it. And the house is magical and alive in some sorts of ways, so they grow stronger based on the clientele that you have. And I just really enjoyed it. It's a very interesting concept, and there's 5 books in the series, I believe, and so I'm gonna keep on continuing to read that or listen to it because it's really good. I really enjoyed them. Next, I have Murder is Binding. I listened to the audiobook of this because my mom went thrift shopping and she bought me book 11 accidentally to the series. So I was like, I'll just listen to them or get them from the library. But I didn't like book 1 enough. I gave it like a 2.5. I don't think I can stick with those characters for 9 more books before I get to book 11. So because of that, I will be unhauling book 11, A Just Clause. This follows, they're cozy mysteries, so they don't follow much, but they follow Trisha, and she is solving a murder that they think that she did. So I just didn't really enjoy it. I didn't find any of the characters likable, and that's the main part of a mystery series, a cozy mystery series that's long like this. The plot doesn't really matter as much as the characters do, and to me, the characters were not that great. And the last books that I actually don't own is the Foxhole Court books 1 through 3 I read, and I gave books 1 and 2 3.5s and book 3 4 stars because they were just fun mess. Were they nonsensical? Yes. Was the medical stuff in there almost 100% wrong? Yes. Was there any actual romance in these books? No. I would call it dark contemporary, if anything. Brutal of a series? Yes. Was I entertained the entire time? Yes. And so it was a great thing to read. I also own book 4 as well, but I don't own book 5. And I know it's going to be like a trilogy type of thing, just like the first 3 and then the second 3 series, the Sunshine Court or whatever. So I'm going to wait for the book 3 to come out, and then I'm gonna read technically 4, 5, and 6, but you know what I mean. It's starting to thunder outside. It's been very rainy and gloomy recently. That sounds loud. Okay, next it's time for the books that I actually own physically, so let's get into it. The first book I actually read of the month was None Shall Sleep. I really enjoyed this. This takes place around in the 80s, and basically when the Criminal Minds like behavior analysis unit is just now starting. It's not really a real thing yet. People don't take it seriously. So it's so good. If you like Criminal Minds, you'll love this. If you love that teenage sleuthing type of book, you will love and enjoy this. I gave it 4 stars or 4.5. I had a great time reading this book. It's raining. Just said it was thundering, now it's raining. Ooh, it's time to read. Ooh, okay. We gotta hurry this up. I have my notes. We gotta hurry this up. What did I read next? Next, I read books 2, 3, 4, and 5 in the King's Dynasty series. This is a romance series. Each book follows a different sibling, and these books were top tier. So look, I'm gonna show you the covers, because these covers, look at those little handcuffs. Basically, each one follows a sibling, I read book 1 in my Southern Hearts and Side Kisses episode 2 as well. And I gave that one 3 stars. So I was nervous that I wasn't going to be able to like the series. But Aisha Bree proved me wrong. Each book takes place with a sibling, and each sibling owns a resort of a different type of resort. And I don't want to spoil anything because each resort is completely different and follows their romances. Book 1 was like a rivals to lovers. Book 2 was a sex friends to lovers. Book 3 was friends to lovers. Book 4 was book 4 was like just like a natural progression of a relationship, but it had a single dad trope. And then book 5 was a second chance romance, and I really enjoyed all of them. My favorite is always going to be book 2. It's the one with the handcuffs on it. Get ready for the spice of a lifetime. The spice of a lifetime in book 2. Very exciting. Next, I read Undone by Karen Slaughter. This series is traumatizing. I just want to let you guys know that before you go into the series. This is the Will Trent series. Each series takes place in Georgia, where I live. But it basically follows Will Trent, a GBI investigator, and he solves these horrendous cases. And let me tell you this. This is basically Law and Order SVU written down 10 times darker. So keep that in mind before you read these books, because she don't pull any punches. She don't. Book 1 was still the most traumatizing, and if you read book 1, nothing is as traumatizing as that book so far. I've read books 1, 2, 3, and 8 accidentally. That's actually the first one I read, and I gave that one 5 stars. So then I was like, ooh, this is book 8. So now I had to go all the way back. So now technically I'm on book 4. So woo! Next, I read We Are All So Good at Smiling by Amber McBride. I love this author with all of my heart. You see my annotations? I love this author. One of my favorite books of all time. Let me say that again. Of all time. Do you hear the rain? Hold on. Anyways, one of my favorite authors of all time. One of my favorite books by her of all time is called Memoth, and it's a top tier book. I love these books so much. They deal with death, grief, depression, anxiety, that feeling of being alone. All of the things you've ever thought of are in these books, and they're written in verse, so they won't take too long. If you're a new reader, I recommend her. If you like shorter books, if you like books written in verse, I recommend her. But if you just want to feel, that's the biggest thing. If you want to feel, I would recommend her. I love her books so much. Next, I read Me Before You by Jojo Moyes or Moyes. Moyes or Moyes. I don't know how to pronounce it. I apologize. I read this and I cried real human emotional tears for a long time. If you want to see that, watch my Clearing My Libby challenge video, because I had thoughts, and this book changed me a little bit as a person, which is crazy because I watched the movie, so I thought I knew how I feel. I didn't. Next, I read The Final Strife, and I very much enjoyed this book. I gave it a 4-star, I believe, because at the beginning I was like, I'm not liking this. Like 100 pages in, 150 pages in, I was like, But part 2 happened, and I really started to enjoy it after part 2. Basically, this is a world where, you see how I like to pick and choose which ones I give synopsis? Basically, this is a world where there are 3 types of blood types that they know of, which are blue, red, and translucent. Translucent are like the slave people of this society. They get their hands and their tongues cut off. We don't know why, but you will learn. Then there's the reds, who are like the oppressors. Have the most power. And then there's the blue, which is like the working to low class. Like there's not even like a middle class. This is like the working, back-breaking class. They're only like one above a slave, to be honest. And there was this revolution that happened a while ago where blues kidnapped around 20, I believe. I don't remember the number. Red blood babies and switched them with blue blood babies. And our main character is one of those said babies that was switched. The other main character is another baby that was switched, who's a blue but is in a red household. She is a red who's in a blue household. And our other main character is a translucent blood. So, there. I really liked it. I will be reading book 2 because I own book 2 as well. So I will be reading that one soon coming up. Next, I read His Only Wife. And I'm giving this 2 stars. I will be unhauling this book. I don't even want to talk about it. Don't piss me off. I will not be reading. I don't know. This is a debut. And mind you, Reese's Book Club has not let me down yet until this book. Don't piss me off. If you want to hear my thoughts about this, it will be in that clearing my Libby challenge that I did, because don't piss me off. That's all I have to say about the book. That's all I have to say about the book. Don't piss me off. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Next, I read The Keeper of Night, and I gave this one, I think, a 3-star. We have a very unlikable character in this book. This is a duology. I own book 2, and I will be reading book 2 because I need to know what happens. Did I like this book? Kind of and kind of not. But will I read book 2? Yes. Want to know my thoughts? It will be in that Clearing My Libby challenge. The Keeper of Night, His Only Wife, The Final Strife, Me Before You, We're Also Good at Smiling, Murder is Binding, and the last book we're about to talk about right here was all in that vlog, Death at Morning House. This one, I gave like a 3.5. I have never given Maureen Johnson lower than a 4. But this is not what I expected from this book in this series. It was less of a mystery, to be honest, and more of like a coming of age queer contemporary. And that's not what I was expecting. Like, until 50% into this book, there was no mystery. Nothing had happened. Then that 50 mark, something happened, but they weren't investigating it. And then at 75%, stuff started to happen, and then it was just solved. So it was interesting, but it was like, And if you know, like, flashbacks are a very big part of Maureen Johnson books, and I usually do not like flashbacks at all, but I really enjoyed them in this series, and I think this is the one I enjoyed them the most. That was the most interesting part of the book, was the flashbacks in this. And if you know anything else, you know that's usually not the most interesting part, is the flashbacks. It's usually them trying to figure it out in the present. So, like, those first 3 Truly Devious books were top tier to me, because it was like just trying to figure it out. And the flashbacks were necessary, but I didn't care about them as much. But this one, that was the most interesting part of this book. So, I don't know. I'm still debating if I'm going to unhaul it or not, but I don't know for sure. I don't know. But also, the Keeper of Night book, I'm debating after I read book 2 whether that series will be unhauled as well. So, there's a lot of unhauling this month. A lot of unhauling. All right, everyone. That was my March wrap up. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got some recommendations. Don't stay away from any of the books that I didn't like or didn't, had the best opinions of. We all have different tastes, so you might love these books with your whole heart. So don't take my word personally for anything. I hope you guys had a great reading month. I hope you got books that you wanted to read, and I hope you got some more books to add to your TBR like I did. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.